Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just after 10 o'clock in Honolulu, 4 o'clock in New York. It is Monday, 5th day of October, 2015, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. We have an absolute mixed bag in the precious metals markets, with gold and palladium trading lower on the day, silver and platinum trading higher. Now, gold is only trading off about $2, but that $2 is a misnomer because in essence it is trading unchanged. I will pull up our Kitco Gold Index so that you can see what we are looking at today in terms of dollar strength. Not that strong, but you've got negative 220 in terms of dollar strength as it compares or as it affects gold. Nominal trading, meaning unchanged on the day, and that's where we have our net change down 220 on the day. Now, silver is absolutely the star today. We'll look at some charts in a second. Up about 38 cents, 2.5%, and that, of course, is overcoming the slight bias because of a strengthening U.S. dollar. Platinum trading higher today, up about $4 on the day, with palladium off about $7. So traders, of course, today we witnessed just a runaway U.S. equities markets, oil trading higher, dollar nominally higher, and gold trading off on the day. Now, when we take a look at our daily chart, we have talked about certain levels of key resistance and support. We're kind of at a mid-range because the dramatic move that we had on Friday, which took us from a low of about 1100, or call it 1105, excuse me, per ounce, up above 1140, a $40 rise in the price from the low to the high. Of course, it closed up $20 plus on the day. We certainly didn't get any kind of real follow through today. If you take a look at the candle that we formed today, which is this right here, it's a very, very small bodied candle. Most noteworthy characteristic that I can see so far is the fact that we had a high today equal to the high we had on Friday. So we do have some resistance roughly at 1140 in terms of the price of gold. So in terms of how gold traded on the day, I want to look at a couple of intraday charts. Looking at a half-a-day chart, 720-minute standard candlestick format. What we see when we pull out this chart, this of course is Friday's trading activity. That's broken into really two sessions, coming into the jobs report and upon the announcement of the really dismal jobs report that sent this market flying higher. When this market opened, it did open under pressure. You can see that it opened and began to trade lower for the first part of the session, trading in negative territory. The second part of the session, it comes in, does make the low of the day right here, and also makes the high of the day. So we had an increased range second half of the trading session, but closed really below the first candle that we had for today's trading range to close, as I said, in essence unchanged, down a couple of dollars on the day. Now, in terms of the precious metals, as we said, we did have gold closing lower on the day and palladium lower on the day. You can see palladium closing off about $4.50, most importantly below 700. It did touch upon a high above there, 713, so we did see some pretty strong movement in the palladium market. That market has just been on fire. And when we take a look at our daily chart, and that's what we have up now, what we did see is we've got this ascending channel line with it definitely having an upward bias. Market coming close to the top of the channel line and really closing right around the midpoint of the channel line. Palladium is something that we have been watching closely, and it has been outperforming all of the other precious metals in terms of percentage gains. Now, just as we have noted that palladium has been trading with this upward bias, I pulled up our platinum. Platinum did trade higher today, $916.50, just below $1,000 per ounce. The high that it hit on the day was $927 with the low of $907. And it is certainly easy to see that even with platinum trading higher on the day, that was kind of counter trend because we see a downward bias in platinum in terms of the price ever since it hit 1,000 and just above 1,000, really mid August, so about a month and a half ago. What we have really seen in the precious metals markets today, more than anything else, is counter trends, meaning against the prevalent direction that these metals have been trading, we've seen kind of reversals. Now, I don't think that they're key reversals. I do believe that what we could be seeing are one-day anomalies in the market. And if that is the case, we should see the direction of the precious metals kind of return over the next couple of days. Lastly, do want to take a look at silver. Silver really took off after moving tremendously on Friday, up about 5%, I believe. We have about a 2.5% rise in silver right now, trading at 1562. Now, considering that this market was tracking and trading at around 1450 as really where we pegged a base level of support in silver, right in this area, 1450. It has dramatically shot up above that area. Now, in terms of resistance, that's the area we really want to take a look at right now. Have we hit any kind of resistance in silver? And I draw your attention to these series of tops that we have here. Gives us kind of a baseline to work with. And so that's the area right now that we're flirting with in terms of resistance in silver. It also does match up to some Fibonacci numbers, and to illustrate that, we'll have to pull up a weekly chart. Let's go ahead and do that now. And traders, I've done just that. We have pulled up a weekly chart. We have added one basic fib retracement. Now, this retracement is from 1850, those recent highs that we got in February, just at the beginning of this year, down to these lows when the market actually touched upon just below $14 per ounce. I believe it was $13.98, somewhere in that area. That's what this market's telling us here. And when we do that, we've got our high sitting at 1850. What we'll find is our different levels. And the 38% resistance level, which is 1570, is definitely the area right now that we have seen silver trade butt up against. Now, the close is greatly above the most recent closes that we've seen, meaning looking at these real bodies, you can see these closes here, here, and here, here, and here. And so we've really not gotten a close that's been in this area. We also have the high coming up and matching this particular price point. If in fact silver continues to trade higher, our next real level of resistance is really not going to come in till about 1624. So let's see what kind of follow through we get, if anything. We were looking at the potential for gold over the weekend and on Friday if we saw some sort of follow through with gold, because we had quite a bullish move to the upside. But as you can plainly see, we absolutely did not get the confirmation that we needed in this market. But silver is looking very attractive, and we've talked also about palladium. Let's see how this market unfolds. It is still quite early. The week has just started. It's going to take a lot of cues, I believe, from the equities markets. And if we continue to see a rally in the equities markets, we certainly could see the industrial metals that are highly pegged to any kind of utilization need in terms of the products that they produce having an effect on the price. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you as always good trading. We will talk to you tomorrow for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.